conversation is Can't Touch This, which is all about consent. Have Monet from Deeds Not Words.
What is consent? This is a definition as given by the University of Michigan. You're going to find a lot of the definitions are going to have words or actions. I'm going to say right now, it's probably best to just get words. You want to get a go ahead, a yes. You want to, for consent, just to be safe, we're always going to want to get a yes. So consent is as easy as fries. And in every state now in the United States, it is illegal for someone to continue the act of sex after you have said no. So a couple of facts about consent. So it does depend on a person's age. Here in Texas, we have the age of consent is 17. And we also have something called Romeo and Juliet clauses. These clauses are for people who engage in sexual activity under the age of 17 with a minimum age of 14. So if I'm married to you, that does not mean I consent to every single sexual act here on forth. So boundaries is the companion to consent. Without boundaries, you really don't have much of a line or basis for consent. You don't know what you're willing and not willing to do. A lot of cultures, a lot of communities, we don't have a very comfortable, there's not a very big dialogue between mother and child or parent and child when it comes to quote unquote the sex talk. When that fails, we need to have something in school. That way, and this sounds strange, but we have someone to hold us accountable, because you can tell them about a sexual act that you had with somebody and they can be like, wait a minute, I thought you told me you weren't comfortable with this. So sexting gets you kind of in the mood. It allows the conversation to happen. It allows you to ask certain things. Would you like it if I did this? Would you be open to this kind of play? Have you ever watched this? What do you feel about this? I think that's only fair. It's a dialogue. You need to get comfortable with it. It's just like sex, relationships are all uncomfortable. We need to have that dialogue. It protects us. It protects us, and it also gives us, like, I told you what my boundary is. This is the consequence for crossing it.
We have this image of men who are hypersexualized. Does it mean that we have any right to hypersexualize them even further? So we have to learn how to respect our boundaries, our partners, male or female.
It's all about outlining your boundaries. I encourage everyone to do this.
Thank you so much for joining us. The next conversation is going to be on Monday, and it's going to be Horse and Other Feminists. So we will see you on Monday at 2 p.m. To have a discussion about what it means to be a whore. So thank you so much for joining us today. Have a good one.